Welcome to the Orientation for Students with Family Responsibilities. My name is Kay Francis. I'm the manager of the Family Care Office. Just some housekeeping notes. So we're going to send my slides on Monday, as well as we'll send a recording of the session that we're going to be doing. Just to realize, though, that not all the presentations are going to be recorded, as well as the breakout rooms aren't going to be recorded. And also just to note, only the speaker and the slides will be on the recording, so you don't have to worry about yourselves. Also to note, if there are any inappropriate verbal or written communication, individuals will be removed from the session. We're asking that we as a community hold each other accountable for maintaining a space of safety, accountability, respect, and inclusion. And if there's a Zoom bombing of the session, then we'll close the session and you'll be notified by email. Also to note, in terms of housekeeping, in terms of closed captioning, it's available if you click on the CC at the bottom of the screen. If you have any questions or need anything during the session, please send a chat message directly to Natasha Vanderberg. So she's on yeah, she just waved. So you can also let Natasha know if you've got any questions about Zoom. So I'm going to just do the statement of acknowledgement of traditional land. Even though we're connecting virtually, it's still applicable in this situation. So we wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. So I want to acknowledge and show my gratitude for Native individuals that live on this land, and we need to acknowledge that we have prospered from this land that was taken from them. In terms of what we're looking at in terms of goals for today, the first three goals the first two goals are probably more achievable. So we're making you aware of the university resources that may support your transition to the university life. And secondly, we're providing you with some suggestions on integrating your family and academic life. The third one, it's a little bit more difficult because we are meeting virtually, but we're hoping to expand your personal networks by making connections with the university peer mentors. So we're going to talk about the peer mentors and other students. And I'm going to just mention our family events are probably ways that you're going to be able to connect with other students. And so those are going to be coming up. In terms of the agenda for today, so I'm going to go over the Family Care Office and what they offer, what we offer. Then from 10:35 to 11:15, we're going to have 4 presentations that we're going to go through. So we're going to have the Academic Success Center, Accessibility, Health and Wellness, and Career Exploration and Education. And then 11:15, we're going to have breakout rooms available. So depending if you're a graduate student or an undergraduate student, you're going to go to the appropriate breakout room. If you're a graduate student, you're going to have academic and financial supports, which will be available. And also the Graduate Students Union, or the GSU, is going to be inside this breakout room. For undergraduate students, you're also going to have a presentation on academic and financial supports. And then the two presenters are going to be available from APUS, so part-time students, as well as the undergraduate students through UTSU. And then we're just going to have a bit of a closing. So just if we get started then with our presentation. So just to understand, we're one of the few offices in Canada that focuses on supporting individuals with family responsibilities. Our office was founded over 25 years ago. We're one of the U of T equity offices. And in terms of who we serve, we're serving the students, staff, and faculty members here at University of Toronto. In terms of who we are, we're a small team, but we're mighty, I guess, in that way. And we're working to provide support across all 3 campuses. So as I mentioned, I'm the manager, Kay Francis. Helen Reddy-Katz, she's a family care advisor, and she's focusing on providing students with the supports they require. So she'd be the individual you'd contact for any advice and resources that can support you as a student. And I've also put up her MS Bookings link underneath her email address. So if you're looking for a virtual appointment, you can make an appointment for 20 minutes using this link. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have the slides, we're going to be given to you on Monday. And so you can take a look at our MS Bookings link as well from that slide. Natasha Vanderberg, she's the Family Care Advisor and Education Communications Coordinator. and she mainly works on program planning that we offer. Christian is our information and communications officer, and he's going to be your first point of contact with the office. I would just say you can reach to any members of our team versus via email, and we're more than happy to provide you with the supports that you need or refer you to another resource. In terms of where we're located currently at 215 Huron Street, the 6th floor, Suite 603. I should mention this is only until August 2023. So for this academic year, you come to us at this address. As of hopefully August, we're going to be moving back to our old office space, which is at 214 College Street, which is in the Office Student Service Center. The best method to reach us, though, is to either call or email. You can call us or email us Monday to Fridays from 9 to 5 p.m., except for Tuesdays, we're open until 6 p.m. In terms of our phone number, it's on the slide, but it's 416-978-0951. And for email, it's family.care@utoronto.ca. So, sorry, I'm just gonna, in terms of what we do, what do we do? The Family Care Office is here to support you in your family life as you learn and or work. So we're providing confidential guidance and resources. We provide educational programming and topics such as planning for a child, childcare and schools, parenting strategies, and elder care. And as I mentioned, we serve the University of Toronto's students, staff, faculty, as well as your partners. And I've also placed our web link on the slide, so www.familycare.utoronto.ca. You'll be able to get more information from our website as well. I should mention we're not counselors at the University of Toronto in the office. And so we'll make referrals if you're looking for counseling to on and off campus resources depending on your need. In terms of the common issues faced by students with family responsibilities, it's a wide range, but it tends to focus on things like, or we get most questions on childcare spaces and access, financial issues. So reaching out to us regarding financial issues is important because we understand how difficult it is as a student juggling your financial stresses of raising a family with your academic pursuits. I should mention, though, the office itself does not have money with regards to financial issues, so we're going to make referrals to this to where you can find some resources. We talk about integrating family life and studies. So time management becomes often difficult when you're dealing with juggling your family along with your studies, which is also a priority. And finding belonging is the last issue that we find people connect with us. So you may be surrounded by many students who don't share the same familial responsibilities as you. The Family Care Office events or our family events allow you to opportunities to connect with their students with family responsibilities. So hopefully you're not alone or you don't realize you're alone on this journey. I'm going to talk a bit about family events a little bit later, but I think that's the best way for you to be able to connect with other students. In terms of other questions, the most frequent questions that people have for us, as I mentioned, childcare spaces and dealing with cost, but pregnancy is often an issue. So what steps to take, the types of leave policies if you're a graduate student or undergraduate, and resources for new parents are usually some of the questions we receive. As I mentioned, financial difficulties as well. But so often students discover when they're expecting a child and they want to discuss the impact of their studies, their finances, their childcare information. So we can help you discuss this. We'll also, if you're a graduate student, talk about the leave of absence you can apply for. If you're also a graduate student or perhaps you're undergraduate, we could talk about the TA information that you're going to have through QP 3902 Unit 1 in terms of the resources you're going to have. And then possibly about, again, if you're a graduate student, around the parental grant and how it apply to you. Also, graduate students often talk to us about how they inform their supervisors of the fact they're expecting a child. This is quite, we'll be able to answer this question. So this is where Helen will step in. But we also have a peer mentorship program, and I'm going to talk about this in a few more slides, but which we can match you with a student. You may find a student in your, would be more appropriate to speak about also these questions about how to tell your supervisor, that type of thing. Just so you know, we're having a Planning for Pregnancy and Beyond workshop, hopefully a webinar that's going to happen hopefully the end of October, and then also in the winter session. We also have an expectant parents group that actually started this last Monday, September 19th, but we're hoping to repeat the sessions as well in the new year. So hopefully in the winter session. So hopefully January, February, that you'll be able to sign up for the group as well. In terms of other supports that we offer, so we provide help and supports to student carers. Who is a student carer? It's basically someone who's caring for perhaps an elderly family member, perhaps a sibling. But we find most often when student carers approach us, we're looking at resources that they can find in the community. That's what they're looking for. Parenting strategies. So every parent has a unique experience with their children, and we're hoping here to support with the strategies to manage your experience as a student parent. Family adjustments to student life. We realize just how difficult it is, so we just would talk to you about that as well. Bereavement resources and separation and divorce resources as well. In terms of what we offer in terms of workshops and groups, I'm going to suggest you go to our website, and you will be able to look under the events section to find out what types of groups and workshops we do offer. Most often it's going to be webinars right now during the pandemic, and some of the groups are in person and some of them are online virtually. But we're hoping to help you with your caregiving role. So if you look at, so an in-person group we have is under the iceberg of separation divorce. This is starting October 6th. It's going to be for 4 Thursdays from 12 to 1. So you may be interested in this. And again, if you head to our website and just sign up for this group, that's important. We're going to have an elder care workshop on understanding the system on October 17th. We have a worrying workshop. So worrying, anxiety in children on October 20th. So these are types of workshops webinars that we're going to be doing. And you'd be interested if you just go to our events section on our website to find out what's upcoming. One of the things I do want to mention is that we do have a workshop series that's designed to empower students to find a better balance between their academic work and caring for others. It's called the Life Management Series of Workshops. Topics include things on self-care, studying tips, juggling school and family life. We have 2 upcoming sessions that are going to be happening in October. So we're going to have a stress management workshop on October 12th and a time management workshop for students with family responsibilities on October 26th. I want to mention also that these workshops are considered co-curricular approved. The activities are co-curricular approved activity. And I've got a website there that'll indicate to you how to find out a bit more about the co-curricular record. But basically, if you do 4 of these sessions over 2 years, you get access to the co-curricular record. It's a record that's a transcript that tells you about the extracurricular co-curricular activities that you do have. It's important for employers sometimes to find out, they'll just want proof that you've been involved with these sessions. It's something separate from a transcript from your marks, that type of thing. Co-curricular record is a separate transcript that's available. And so these workshops, 4 sessions over 2 years, is co-curricular approved. And you can look a bit on our website on clnx.utoronto.ca to be able to find out a bit more about the co-curricular record. So we do hold family events. So we're going to be holding them in the fall, the winter, March break, and the summer. On October 1st, so next Saturday, we're going to have a family picnic at a park. The park's name is Ramsden Park. It's across from the Rosedale subway station. And so we're going to be having this family picnic, and this might be a way for you to meet other students with family responsibilities. So October 1st, we're also going to have Michelle Rumble, who's going to be coming in to lead our families in a child-friendly musical activity. And she's going to be available at the family picnic. Basically, all children of all ages are invited with their parents, but the activity in terms of what Michelle's doing will be geared towards children under 8 years of age. So mixture of these, they're going to be in-person events, hopefully some virtual, but we'll have a mixture of these events on the winter or the spring. Hopefully this winter, we're going to have tickets available to Varsity Blues sporting events, and we'll have some March break events as well. But I would just say, keep an eye on our website to understand what the family events are going to be. And in terms of the October 1st, you can register on our website as well for that. So the peer mentorship program, I mentioned this a couple of slides ago, but we have several experienced peer mentors with whom you can talk to in a safe and supportive environment. A mentor can share with you valuable tips and candid advice to help you balance the demands of caring for children and other family responsibilities with academic commitments. You can have specific questions, perhaps on childcare or getting your toddler to sleep, or perhaps you're just struggling with keeping up with your readings. We'll try to balance your family relationships or family responsibilities. And I would say you want to speak to a mentor in this case to ask some questions. If you're interested in being matched with a peer mentor, you can email either us directly at family.care@utoronto.ca indicating you want to match. Perhaps you want to indicate to Helen as well, because Helen's in charge of our peer mentorship program. So she'll be able to do the match for you. We have some peer mentors who are on the Zoom call today, and I'm wondering if they can just introduce themselves, if they can just tell us their name and what they're studying or what their availability is. Jennifer, I'm wondering if you can just introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer. I'm a OISE grad student. I have 2 kids and some elder care responsibilities. I've been a peer mentor with the Family Care Office. This is actually my 3rd year, and I am happy to have a chat with any student peers who would like to discuss family and school and work life and how to make it all work. Lovely to see you all connected virtually, and I look forward to chatting with you in the future.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer. Melinda, I'm wondering if you can introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melinda. I'm a PhD candidate in the kinesiology department, and I study biomechanics. I think this is also going into my 3rd year as being a peer mentor. And part of the reason that I wanted to become a peer mentor was when I was navigating the graduate space after my daughter was born, I kind of felt like I didn't know very many people in my department that were parents. And when I started connecting with other students who were also parents, it sort of made me feel at things I was feeling and how I was navigating these spaces. So I have a nearly 7-year-old daughter, and she's active and busy. And so it's, striking that balance as a grad student and a parent. So Jennifer, I look forward to meeting you if that is a space that is something that you're looking for, to chat and just to sort of talk about some of the things you may be experiencing as a student and somebody who has family care responsibilities. So thanks, and I hope everybody has been having a great start to their year so far.
Thank you, Melinda. And Rima, I'm wondering if you can just introduce yourself. So Rima, if you're able to introduce yourself.
Hi. Okay, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that's okay.
Hi, I'm Rima. I'm peer mentorship coordinator this year. So I've been doing mentorship with FCO since 2019, and I had a very good experience connecting with students who have similar family responsibilities. I have 2 daughters, so I know it's a lot of stuff to do with your schoolwork, so it's very hard to manage. And then I really got a lot of support from FCO when I was a mentee from other mentors. So I really want to give that back to others who need this support. So please feel free to connect with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rima. I should mention, so I think Rima said she's a peer mentorship coordinator this year. And so in October, she's going to be available on Wednesdays from 10 to 12. So perhaps you don't want an individual match, but you just want to speak to a peer mentor. Rima will be available Wednesdays from 10 to 12. If you take a look at our website to find out how to connect with her, that'll be great. All right. So in terms of other resources that we also had mentioned, we have there is a family study space at Robarts Library. It's located at 130 St. George Street on the 9th floor. So this is available for students who are staff or faculty who are parents or caregivers of children of 12 years and under. You can register to use this space. So the registration is also on the website, or sorry, on the slides, I should say. It includes a space that includes workstations, collaborative space, children's play area, a large monitor or TV screen, and nearby washrooms with baby changing facilities, as well as breastfeeding locations are also available at this space. I just wanted to let you know it's open. It was closed during the pandemic, but it's opened again as of the fall of 2022. So I find it's a really interesting space that you can use at Robarts. If you've got to bring your kids on campus, perhaps you can keep them entertained and we're due to do some work on the workstation. Perhaps if you're doing collaborative work with other, group work within your classmates, you can also, and you have to bring your kids. This is a good space to be able to hopefully park your kids or help them entertained, as well as then you can do some group work with your classmates. But I find the family study space at Robarts is really important as well. In terms of other resources that we've got available, I'm just gonna, so just to understand, in terms of healthcare benefits, you can get family coverage. These are benefits that are outside of OHIP or UHIP if you're an international student that you have access to. It's done through family coverage through APUS, UTSU, and GSU. So when you go into the breakout rooms for undergraduate or graduate students, we're going to hear directly from these individuals. Their deadline, though, is the end of September in terms of family coverage. So you want to get in touch with these groups before the end of September and sign up. So potentially prescription drugs, if you want coverage for these types of things, you can get this through family coverage and you will talk directly to the student union that you're a part of. So that's one thing to be aware of. In terms of other things, just to understand, is there are equity offices on campus. And so there's the Sexual Gender Diversity Office, SGDO, and their website is listed on the slide. And there's also the Anti-Racism and Cultural Diversity Office, or ARCDO. And again, their website is on the slide. It's important just to understand these equity offices exist, and you may be interested in some of their programming or resources that they can offer. And the Office of the Ombudsperson, just to understand as well how you can connect with this individual. This person offers advice and assistance and can recommend changes in academic or administrative procedures where this seems justified. So I would just recommend that you also understand the Office of the Ombudsperson and what they can do for you. In terms of other resources, I do want to also mention the U of T Food Bank. It's available in the Students' Commons building, which is at 230 College Street, and the entrance is off Huron Street. It runs, though, only on Fridays, every other Friday, I should mention, from 12 to 3 p.m. And you have to make an appointment to use the service, and usually the appointments are available 2 days prior. But I would just say, check out their website, the link on the slide, or if you when you get the notes on Monday, just to understand how the food bank works. I believe you have to bring your valid T card or a copy of a current timetable and just bring bags for the foods that you're going to receive as well. I should also mention, if you're an undergraduate, there's a link on the website on the slide around financial assistance. Also, if you're an undergraduate, they have what's called Dollars for Childcare available to you. And so you can look at applying for this bursary. Available usually around December or January when the application goes up, and then usually around March break is when you receive the money for the Dollars for Childcare. I should also mention we have breastfeeding locations on our website, baby change stations on our website, and we've got information sheets on our website around childcare and thrift stores, things like that. In terms of keeping in touch, so we're going to wrap up this session. So in terms of keeping in touch, you can perhaps join our Family Care Office e-newsletter. Usually about twice a month is when the events go out, events and news. You can give us an email if you're not attached to the Family Care Office e-newsletter right now, and let us know that you're interested in joining this newsletter. And it's at family.care@utoronto.ca. As I mentioned, online, our website is here as listed as well, so you can take a look at that. But we're also available on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and we do have blog posts also available on the Intersections is the name of the blog, and you can perhaps take a look at that as well. Just so you know, evaluations for this session is going to be available, placed in the chat at the end of today's session. So you can hopefully take a few minutes at the end of the session to fill this out. If you don't make it into today's session, if you don't have the time to